Tuesday, July 5th. This is Mark from MLB DFS Weather.com and MLB DFS Weather on Twitter. You can find me at both of those locations today. Full slate, 1 afternoon games, and then we turn to 14 evening games, kind of back to normal after the long holiday weekend. 3 games will have some wet weather either affect them directly or around them. And those 3 games are going to be in Minneapolis, in Washington, D.C., and in St. Louis today. Let's start with the game with the most at risk, and that's the last game of the night in terms of chronological or time order, and that's in Minnesota. That's an 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time start. The SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, this is the branch of the government's weather service that keeps an eye on thunderstorms and where they could possibly be severe or strong. And the Minneapolis area is the region where they have highlighted as the greatest risk throughout the country as seeing some strong to severe thunderstorms today. Looking at the simulated radars, you can see we have quite the masses of thunderstorms. This is for right around scheduled first pitch, and these thunderstorms will move in during the game, will be around before the game as well, and will probably impact the game in one way or the other. I always like to try to remember with thunderstorms is that even though there's going to be a lot of height, we have that enhanced risk from the SPC. This is not an automatic cancellation. We can see that there's a lot of white, which means the dry regions where it's not raining, right around them. So yes, it probably will rain at some point during the game, but no, it's not going to rain all game. So I don't think this is a high postponement risk. Now, is there the risk of a postponement? Of course, yes. There's potential for severe weather, flooding, a tornado, hail. All of that could lead to potential cancellation of the game. The other thing, we also look like steady rain. That's what we look for when we want to have a postponement. Wow, that's an odd statement, want to have a postponement. But when we look to see if there's a risk for a postponement, you look for steady rain. This looks like it's going to be a training thunderstorm. That means one thunderstorm comes right after the other. So in that case, the rain would last for several hours. So the risk for a postponement is there. I'm just saying it's more likely that they will play the game than postpone it. I have the postponement risk at 25% and a delay threat at 60%. Those numbers can obviously change as we go through the day. The other 2 locations, Washington and St. Louis, don't look to be postponement threats at all. And notice on this chart over here, this is pretty neat, that you can sort by all these different factors. Delay risk, postponement risk, etc. So I have St. Louis and Washington at 25 and 20% respectively for delay issues. So let's take a look at these. This is the simulated radar near Washington, D.C. this evening. You can see that there's a few showers around that will be heading west to east. Should not be a postponement threat anyway altogether. And delay, they probably play the game fine, so not even any issues there. St. Louis is a little more worrisome. There's an old stalled front that's been across the area for the last 4 days or so, and that will cause some rain at times today. So for the 4th consecutive day, it will rain. The question becomes, does it cause a delay? It could. It certainly could. But like I said, I don't think it's a potential postponement. Looking at some games, and again, this could be really helpful for you in terms of where it's good for hitters and where it's bad for hitters, etc. Fenway Park is one of the better places for hitters today. And then other good hitting environments, Washington, Philly, St. Louis, and Minnesota, it looks like. Poor hitting environments, I have Tampa Bay, L.A., and San Francisco, where Tampa Bay's in the dome. L.A. has high air density, same thing with San Francisco, especially chilly in San Francisco for some reason today. Really helping out the pitcher there. But that should do it for your report today. Please follow me on Twitter, ask questions. I'm here to help, and I will talk to you later. Thank you.